What do I need for support from my loved ones? What would I tell them I needed? This is a pretty good question, and it's not something I would have thought to ask or to share. So, the first time I quit gambling, I was very active in GA, and I got my little keychains, my 30 day, my 60 day, my 90 day. And I used to give them to my mother, and she would carry them around. And that was one way of supporting me and removing the stigma around gambling addiction. Letting people know it's a thing. And she also she doesn't gamble as much as she used to out of respect for me. Not that that's what I needed for her to support me, but it is beautiful that she goes through that effort. It does support me that way. I think people get uncomfortable sometimes with those of us in recovery. So they might think like they can't mention betting or playing poker or doing the things. So they might do something like that and then be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And it's okay. I want people to be them. I want people to ask me questions if they have questions. That's a way of supporting me. My first year back in New York, there was a gambling picnic, and it was one of my best friend's 30th surprise birthday. She had no idea. So I dragged her along to this picnic because I was the one, who kept her away from the surprise. And we went to this picnic. Now, I didn't know very many people there, just from meetings. It was very early on. I had moved here in May, and this was in July. And she went with me, and the picnic kicked off with a meeting. So of course people share, right? Like a regular Gamblers Anonymous meeting. And the people who weren't in GA also shared. It was an open meeting. And when it was her turn, she just spoke like a champ. I'm here to support Bobbi. And sometimes that's all it takes. I've never told people what I needed directly. I've never really thought about what I needed directly. These are just examples of things that have helped me, even though I didn't know I needed them or wanted them. Just being open. I think maybe I would tell loved ones, and it depends, right, on the family dynamics. If there's a family that wants to keep gambling or using or doing the thing, they may not be ready to support you in a way by giving it up or even understanding. And one of my favorite mentors, the head of the Center for Problem Gambling in New York, we lost him in the midst of all that chaos. I was telling you about my challenge video, but we lost him this year. But one of the things he used to say to us was, live your life and not your story. And sometimes our friends and family are our story. And sometimes we just have to do us, do our recovery, take care of us. At least that's what I value. And that's what I choose to do. Because if I don't show up for me, I can't show up for anyone else. And I try to also be an example. There's still a lot of addiction in my family. There's still mental illness. And I can't change that. But I can try to be an example and let them help me by supporting me, whether it's listening to the podcast or supporting my business ideas, whatever the case may be. I will accept that support, and I will try to be a good example so that they know I would support them if they were willing to make their changes. So, thank you.